Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm stopping by today to talk about sitting quietly. Blaise Pascal, the famous French philosopher, said that all of our problems come from not being able to sit quietly in a room. And there's a lot of wisdom in that. If you could learn to sit quietly and watch things without getting pulled into them, and that includes your thoughts. So I'll say it again, I've said it many times, but there's two ways of doing anything. One of them is with awareness, and the other way is without awareness. And most people, most of the time, do things without awareness. They get lost in whatever it is they're involved with. See, even the word involved tells you that they're getting into it. There used to be, a long time ago, people say, well, I'm into this or I'm into that. Well, people get into everything. And when you get involved in things, then you get lost. You can get involved in a relationship, and then you realize that a lot of bad, all of a sudden, one day you realize you actually are able to step back from your involvement, and you see that you've wasted a lot of time, that they've taken advantage of you, that you're not living your own life, that you become a slave. You can get involved in a company, in a job, in a hobby. You can get involved in watching something on the internet where it pulls you in. And when you get pulled into it, then it sort of gets a hold on you, doesn't it? It has a hold on you at the moment that you're in it. But then it has a hold on you afterwards, doesn't it? A mysterious, lingering hold that pulls you back to it. Do I need to mention drugs or alcohol or anything else? No. You got the idea. So once again, let's say there's a YouTube video. There are two ways of watching the YouTube video. You can watch it lightly, so that if there's something of value there, you'll note it. And if not, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. And it's like you're disinterested. What's the expression for like somebody who loves art? Someone defined it as a disinterested appreciation. So true love is like a disinterested appreciation. You appreciate the good, or you note the information, but you're not involved in it, and you're not doing it for some personal reason. You're not getting high out of it. You're not getting any pridefulness out of it. You're not feeling sorry for yourself. You don't expect anything from it. You don't want anything from it. You don't want to use it or abuse it or own it or anything. You just appreciate it. See? It's like you're walking in a garden, and a rose garden. Last fall, I had a job, and I went to the area, and then I had to wait a while until it was time for the appointment. And there was a rose garden there. Okay, I went into it. Was amazingly beautiful. The roses. And I appreciated them. You see? So that's it. So learn to take things. So learn to to watch things so that you're not, so that you are a bit distant to them. And by the same token, I talked about appreciating a rose or something. So you could watch something and all of a sudden there's something untoward there. Somebody uses a bad word or something. It doesn't affect you. You don't like it, but in a sense, you don't dislike it either. You just see that it's not good, but that's all. You don't take offense. You're not shocked. You're not surprised. You're not angered. You're not judgmental. See? It just comes and goes. So that's how we must be in life. Now, most of us, the minute we walk out of our room, out into the world, we get pulled into stuff, and then we get in trouble, don't we? Whenever we do anything, we eat too much. No, look, when you eat too much, was it because you were involved in something? Maybe you were involved in the food, but maybe you were involved in watching the football game, and you were so into the football game that at the same time you ate too much. See what I mean? So you didn't have awareness. You weren't eating with awareness, and you weren't watching with awareness. But if you're watching with awareness, all right, there's a football game. You're not terribly interested in it. You watch a little bit of it. You could take it or leave it. And there's some food. You could take it or leave it. And maybe you're a little hungry. All right, so you'll have something. But you see the difference. All right, so that's how we have to go through life. Now, I know that falling in love, getting involved with someone, I know that is an involvement, isn't it? But it's for a good reason, and so God permits it. In fact, he even, I don't know if I want to say encourages it, but he knows, look, he knows that in the Bible there's a beautiful passage. It says that God knows that we are dust. So he knows we have to be involved in something. And he knows that men and women, going back to the Garden of Eden, there's that man and woman thing from the Garden of Eden and temptation and all of that, which I write about in my books. But let's just say that it needs to, the man and the woman need to come together. In a sense, they're recreating the Garden of Eden, and then they have to work through it. See? And if they can, without hating each other, without resenting each other, without divorcing and fighting, there'll be a little bit of fight. There'll be some of that, of course. But then, if they can work through it and appreciate each other, they can become very good friends, and they will grow in character. And along the way, there's a family, and it's all good. You see what I mean? So God allows that, but he puts special protections around it. And it's a very special thing, this marriage, a very special thing. And I'm not going to talk about it now. I probably should. But I just want you to see that he allows that. And when we're young, we're little kids, we get involved in our imagination and we play. And we have our friends, and yeah, we get too involved with our friends. But he understands that. And the peer group, and yeah, it's too important to us. But it's going to happen, okay? And then we get involved in our work, we get involved in our marriage and all that. So it's okay, that's natural. But at a certain point, maybe in the second half of life, although all along the way, you can always call forth a little bit of reason, a little bit of detachment, a little bit of objectivity. You can have that all the way, even when you're a little kid. But as you get to the second half of life, then more and more of it. You see, more, a little bit of detachment. And then you can be more philosophical and more thoughtful. less angry, less upset. And then you'll make a really good grandma or grandpa, won't you? A good teacher, a good mentor. Maybe that's reserved. See, but it's amazing how young people can have such, what's the word to use? They can have, see, if you're a police officer, you have to have some detachment, don't you? Some of the things that you see that you're faced with, you have to have some you have to have detachment, you have to. And when you get pulled into it and you take it home with you, you see what I mean? That's not good. So detachment. So see, some things, they pull you in whether you want to or not. You could want to have detachment. You could even be a kind of person who is by nature thoughtful and calm. And you go to war. And you see things that no one should have to see. And they shock you. And they pull you in. And they get in your head. See? So it's a kind of a violation, isn't it? It's not an involvement that you wanted. So now I want to talk about the little meditation that I have, or the little sitting quietly exercise that I have. They can be very helpful, whether you're a police officer, or a soldier, or a student, or a mom or a dad, or just a young person, not even married, just, working somewhere. It can help you to refine that little bit of detachment. No matter what your age, you can refine that little bit of detachment, even if just for a few seconds. Then it imparts something good to you. Just like when you get totally involved in something and then you leave it. How many of you have gone to a movie? And the movie had some graphic things and some gratuitous violence and stuff that wasn't really necessary. It didn't really add to the story. And after you left the movie theater, like if you went to the movie theater, after you left, you felt a little bit spaced out for a while. And it kind of had a lingered. Like afterwards you should take a cold shower. You know what I mean? So, you got the idea. So, you want a little bit of detachment, even just a little bit. You can start every day with a little detachment and then go about it out in the world. And yeah, you'll get caught up in this and that a little bit. But some of that detachment that you found at the very beginning of the day has a lingering effect, and it pulls you back to it. It pulls you back to objectivity. It pulls you back to a little distance. When you're getting involved in something, you're almost ready to get involved in an argument with somebody or something, you pull back, or it pulls you back. So the little sitting quietly exercise can get you started. It's simply going in a room and sitting quietly. Or, you could sit at your chair in your office or wherever, and becoming aware of your hands. It helps to give you that little distant feeling. And then the meditation itself involves also closing your eyes and looking at the little pixels on the inside of your eyelids to help you to get out of thoughts. See? So it's very simple. It's very, very beautiful. And the value of it is in its pure intent. It wants to help you. It doesn't want anything from you. I don't want anything from you. See, I don't have a church to belong to. I don't have an organization to join. I don't even really want to talk to you or hear from you. Yeah, you could put a little comment on YouTube. That would be nice, But otherwise, I'm giving it to you, and it's pure and it's simple. There's no dogma in it. There's no I try to keep the hand of man out of it. Just keep it simple, showing you how you can sit quietly and relate to your conscience, to what you know in your heart, to the light, God's inner light, instead of being pulled into things. It will help hold back the negativity, and it'll help you deal with that stuff that's already gotten in. See, a lot has gotten in, hasn't it? It'll help you with that. But I want to keep today's little video very, very simple. And so I think I've said what I need to say. And these little videos are actually pretty good. You could watch them again or listen to them again, and could be very helpful. And the little sitting quietly exercise, you can find it at the website sheddingshackles.com, sheddingshackles.com, and just look for sitting quietly, click on it, and there it is. To listen to watch, to download. And the meditation is also there. There's a simple little meditation cycle, only 7 minutes long. Then there's a 4-part meditation that includes a lot of what's the word to use? Maybe some pointers, some reminders, mentioning some things you might discover when you start on the meditative path, the spiritual path, and so on. It's a little more elaborate. It's very nice. You start with any of them. If you want to just put one toe in the water, then start with the sitting quietly exercise.